Welcome back to Maggie and Macha. Today we're going to talk about harvesting season. So April and May in Zambia is harvesting season and we are in full swing. You can see where all of the maize is drying up. It's finished growing. At the beginning of April it was still a bit green, but many of the fields were turning brown and they let it dry on the stalk. The sunflowers were beautiful, absolutely beautiful this year. And then you can see that flowers are just all different colors. It looks like fall. There are butterflies everywhere, and it just feels like harvesting time. What would be October-ish in the U.S., August, September, October in the U.S., April and May are here in Zambia. So a friend of mine has a farm about 40 minutes away, maybe a half an hour away. So I asked her if I could go and join her. So I went with her. This is her and her youngest sister. And we were picking ground nuts, which are actually peanuts. And so they had gone through when the ground was still soft and they had pulled the plants out and put them on this rack to dry. So now a couple weeks later, we were taking these plants and pulling off the peanuts and putting them in bags. So here you can see that we've done some work and we're going to harvest the peanuts. They will then take them back to their house and let them dry some more. And then they'll take them out of the shells and they roast them. Sometimes they pound them and put them with vegetables and eat them as a side dish. So it was a lot of fun. I'm really happy to say that that particular day was cloudy because otherwise I would have been fried to a crisp. So we worked really hard. We got there maybe around 7:30 in the morning and we were almost done. There was just like this tiny little bit left and she wanted to just take it home. I mean, that was not very much. And I said, you know what? If we stay just a little bit longer, we can finish it. And the guys came over and they helped us finish the last few piles, and then they picked up the load and took it back to where the car was. So it was a great morning. We had a great time sitting there and chatting and getting to know each other better, so it was a lot of fun. And in the process, we got a lot of peanuts. Then the people that live there gave us this drink called jibantu, which is made from maize, from corn, or they call it sweet beer. So that was their gift to us for a job well done. And then she showed me around the rest of the farm. She has some tomato plants and she has a drip irrigation system. So she had some watermelons and they had a ton of tomatoes and they had just taken a bunch of them to town where they sell them to the supermarket there. There's a big shopping center. So she's working hard on her farm, and then they also had, of course, maize, which now it was all dried up, and so they had hired these day laborers to come and collect the maize. The people that work the farm or live on the farm are paid by them, and they live in this little house and have these little kids that run around, but they're happy to have a place to stay and also work to be done. So they'll lay out the maize to dry some more on the cob before they take it off of the cob. They also had goats on the farm, and so they had their own pen. Of course, a lot of little ones, and then, I don't know, somehow these got out, but otherwise they make it out of wood. It's just above ground, and some were up above in the pen, and some apparently were underneath the pen. You can see their little legs underneath it. And then she had a greenhouse that they had built, and she was putting compost in all of the troughs so that they can then plant some special things that they can't have during the regular rainy season. This little guy was cute. He was just adorable. Once we were done, we headed back out the way we came, and you can see it's barely a road, but that's the side of her farm. They had put some fencing up to try to keep the cows out because Lord knows, as soon as everything is harvested, these cows are let loose and they just roam free. They're often in front of the cars and don't really move very much. And so they'll go around and just will be everywhere. And they'll eat the stalks that are left over and any little bits that are left. Here you can see maize that's being dried. And then, of course, the heaping of maize is everywhere. As you drive down the road, you just see tons and tons and tons of maize. I think that if I had a drone above Zambia, it would just be maize fields, the whole thing. And if it wasn't maize fields, then it would be sunflower fields. And these are just beautiful when they're just, growing. But once they are dry, they hang their heads and they leave them on there for a while until they dry. Then after they've picked them and let them dry some more, a couple months later, they'll take the sunflower seeds off and just put them all in bags. But they'll also winnow them where they dump them from the bucket to the bowl, to the basin, and let the wind carry the sticks or whatever pieces away. So this is what Zambia looks like right now. It's harvesting season, so the ox carts are out and about all over the place, and you have to be careful. I mean, really be careful not to get run over. Now this one, it's adults. Adults are running it, are driving it, but we almost got run over twice in 1 week. Literally, we got off the path. So this one was coming, and we went off the side. My husband was videotaping it because I just wanted to take a video, and it came right towards us. He had to stop videotaping. So you can see as we went on a bike ride, these little kiddos are waiting for an ox to take the cart home. But everywhere you go, maize is on the ground, maize is up in maize bins, and everyone is just happy with their harvest this year. Markets are full of tomatoes and cabbages, and even when you're driving down the road, you'll see truckloads of sugar cane, and it's just been an absolutely wonderful year of harvesting. So everybody's happy. Then I was looking out the window, and somebody came to our house. I don't know who this guy is, but he came on behalf of someone else, and he came bearing gifts. He told Mark who he was coming from, or who sent him. You can see sugar cane and pumpkins and a watermelon, some tomatoes, and then a whole bag of ground nuts. And inside that smaller bag are bananas. So yeah, a lot of stuff. And you can see that it looks like fall because the leaves are all on the ground. They're falling off the tree. Even though new flowers are flowering on the tree, the leaves are falling. So a good gust of wind just drops all of the leaves on the ground. So that's what harvesting season looks like around Zambia right about now. And I hope you enjoyed this video and learned a little something new about the country of Zambia. And that is that they love sunflower seed oil and they love their maize. So until next time, and we'll see you then.